Welcome to your match preview for our team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, travelling once again down to the south coast to face AFC Bournemouth, but this time in the FA Cup fifth round, the last 16 of the FA Cup for a place in this year's quarter-final. And it's all brought to you in association with Pucker Pies. Pucker Pies, as always, supporting the channel here. And we've got loads to get stuck into today, including thoughts. We have also got the views of Kurt from the Bournemouth, the Cherries Red Army. And we have got this man, Mr. Magic Moss.
You don't want me, do you? No,
they love you. And I tell you what, we're repping.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to Art of Football, because you were a model for them for sending us these. We've got these.
Yeah, I was a
so
model.
we're twinning today, Dad. So look, loads to get into, loads to get stuck into, Dad.
Okay.
But we all know, every single person that watches this channel knows for a full fact that you really want to get to that FA Cup final so we can sing Abide with me. Listen, I'll tell you what, he's 88 next month, Dad.
With a bit of luck, yeah.
So come on, Wolves. We need to get through this. Now, as I say, we've got loads to get stuck into today. We've got stats and facts. We've got Kurt from the Red Art. And who have you got with us, Dad? Who's this?
Oh, it's Pinocchio.
Where's Derek?
Oh, Derek, he's in the vets. He's up there he's there for the night. He ain't very well at all.
He's not happy. He don't take losing well, does he, Derek?
No,
but you got Pinocchio here today.
Pinocchio,
for those of you that are listening on the podcast, he's the weirdest looking elephant that you have ever seen. I can tell you for a full fact. A very strange looking elephanty type creature. But anyway, look, let's get into some stats and facts to started with Pucker Pies. So before we start to get on to your thoughts and hear from Kurt, but the first stats, Dad, Bournemouth and Wolves are set to meet in the FA Cup for a third time. In 1947-48, Wolves won 2-1. In the third round, whilst in 56-57 in the fourth round, the Cherries won 1-0.
I was in the army then.
Were you? At Molyneux as a third division south side. Wolves, of course, won 1-0 recently at Bournemouth in the Premier League. We've not won 2 away games against an opponent in the same season since 2002-03, which was versus Reading, whilst the last did so in the top flight against 79-80 against Norwich. Bournemouth, Dad, they've reached the FA Cup fifth round for only the 7th time in their history. 7th time.
That's doing well this season.
With 4 of these coming since they reached the top flight for the first time in 2015. Makes sense. The Cherries have progressed to the quarter-final just twice, in 56-57, which was the year they knocked us out. And they got knocked out to Spurs in 2021 against Burnley. Wolves have won 5 of their last 6 matches in the FA Cup, losing 1. We already know what that one was against Coventry. Last season's 5th round tie against Brighton. They haven't reached the quarter-final in consecutive seasons since 93-94 and 94-95 season. So, Bournemouth's Daniel Jefferson has scored in both the 3rd and 4th round of the Cups this year. He has, whilst he has 4 goals and 7 games in all in the competition as an overall. So he's one to watch. Of course, Wolves forward Matheus Cunha has scored in each of his last 3 FA Cup appearances. The last 2 coming away from home at West Brom in January 2024. Blackburn the last time out, of course. Cunha had more shots on target than any other player across this season's 4th round with 5. No player attempted more shots than him than 8. Can you believe that? So some really interesting stats and facts there, Dad. Well, absolutely is. But like we're looking forward to it, aren't we? We're looking forward to it.
So,
We proper are, you and me and Pinocchio the elephant, and which is the weirdest thing that I've ever seen on a team. I'll tell you what, if you come for pure entertainment, I mean, look at this thing. I mean, look at it. Honest to God, look at it. It's crazy. It proper is. Now, look, we're now going to hear from the Bournemouth fan, Kurt, who you might remember. He's the guy that when Gary O'Neill was appointed, said, gave us all the warnings, and he's back to let us know what he thinks ahead of this one. Let's hear from Kurt.
Go on then.
So always Wolves, ding ding, round 2 coming this Saturday. Round 1 went to you. You took all 3 points in the Premier League at Dean Court. You took advantage of our silly red card, and your very, very, very good player in Cunha scored the winner. Always the danger man. Cunha, he worries me so much. So you took all 3 points in the Premier League. This weekend, though, in part 2, it's the FA Cup. This is a competition for me that Andoni Iraola was targeting before the season started. He's got a good record as a coach in the Spanish competitions, and now he's settled in at Bournemouth. He very much would have targeted a good finish in the Premier League and a long run in the FA Cup. And we've never got past the quarterfinals, and we're trying to get into the quarterfinals if we beat you guys. For Wolves, though, it's been a tough season for you, as I pretty much predicted last season and this season as well. At least you've got a proper head coach in position now, a guy that's got experience and something about him, and he's clearly helped you try and get in a position to survive in the Premier League. But you did lose in the last game going into this fixture in the FA Cup. So is this a priority for you? Not sure. You know, do you need this? Do you need it to keep momentum going or to get you back to winning ways or having that good vibe? Or is it inconvenient for you to be in the FA Cup and you solely need to focus on staying in the Premier League? Well, that's for you to decide. For us, we are doing very well this season. We are positioned very well in the Premier League. Europe would come one season too quick for me, but we are in with a shout of European football. But I very, very much want us to target a semi-final in the FA Cup. That's where I think our journey can take us. Maybe if we get to the final, that'd be great. But we've got to get past you guys. We've got to find a way of beating you in the FA Cup. We've got to find a way of beating you anywhere, in any competition, at home. We do okay at Molineux. At home, less so. I do think we get this right this weekend, though. We are getting players back fit, even though we've had a really good spell previously where we had barely a squad to pick from. We are getting players in, not Sabani because he got sent off against you guys, but we have got players coming in. We are still creating chances, although we did lose to Brighton recently after we played you in the Premier League. We created 20 odd chances and we should have scored 3 or 4 goals. So we just need to find the back of the net more regularly. I've said that once or twice this season. If we do that, I do think we win this game. I don't think we lose to you again. And we have to win. We have to win this. I worry about Cunha all the time. We've got to make sure we deal with him. If we can do that, I feel like, without being arrogant, we are the better team. So hopefully, Cherries 3, Wolves 1 this time round. Thanks for having us on your channel and good luck. Safe journey down. Let's have a good game. Let's have 11 against 11.
It is, yeah.
So there's say Kirk from the Red Army, Bournemouth Cherries Red Army. You know, he talked about Gary O'Neill when we did the interview, and he was, to be fair, he was pretty spot on with how he was, and you know, he wasn't at the game the last weekend. He had family commitments, but he's on this week, and obviously he's predicting a 3-1 win to the Cherries. Dad, what do you have to say to that?
No way.
What do you say?
No way.
I guess we're going to. Pinocchio's going to knock you, poke your eye out. He's going to poke your eye out. Dad, look, you've got glasses on.
Yeah.
So, Dad,
yeah.
Before we get on to my score predictions and thoughts, what is your score prediction for this game? Dun, dun, dun,
What do you
dun,
reckon?
dun. Have a guess.
Have a guess. I'm going to give you a guess. Wolves are going to win 3-1. And Cunha's going to score a hat-trick. So, there.
Roughly translated, that means Wolves are going to win 3-1,
One.
and Cunha
Yeah.
is going to score a hat trick.
Yes.
So you're going the exact opposite to Kirk from the Bournemouth fan,
Of
Dad.
course we're gonna. Why not? If we get it together, we just show him how to do it. He can't. He'll get on to him from last week's showing. So you know,
We're happy on.
So
We're
Cunha's going to score a hat trick.
Cunha is
Cunha is going to score a hat trick.
Cunha,
and he's going to score a hat trick. He's absolutely brilliant fella. And I hope the other team back him up and all that sort of thing. They've got to go better than what they did last week because
on Tuesday
because I was, you know, I think they were still in there.
Well, there you go. Magic's Pucker Pie. I hope it's that a Pucker performance.
Yeah,
and
he likes a Pucker Pie.
Dad, I'm telling you, he looks as if he's been on the whiskey. To be honest, the Pinocchio. There's a few people that are going. Brandon's 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. Yeah, Dad. So, what song do you have for us this week?
I've got to sing a song.
Dad,
I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I never lose your love, dear. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but to cry all over you. Boom, boom.
And Wolves are gonna win
3-1, and Cunha's gonna score the hat trick.
Cool. Yes. I love it. Love it. Anyway, yeah. Paul Harris said he's going to put a bet on your prediction. Fair play. I hope it comes in for you.
Yeah.
Paul, if it wins, you can afford to become a member. Listen, guys, if you are watching this and enjoying it, please smash that like. It lets us know you're enjoying it. And of course, if you are new, hit that subscribe button for all your Wolves news and content. So you're going to go on to my bit now.
I know what your score is going to be.
Do you?
Well, I reckon.
You reckon? Before I do that, just want to make people aware again that we've still got this fantastic competition at Genting, Wolverhampton, to win a pair of football hospitality tickets for Wolves versus Spurs or Man United versus Wolves.
Very nice, Dave. Very nice.
Full food, drinks. Wolves versus Spurs, you'll be joining me and the Magic Man himself. And against United, it's me and the producer in the box at United. All you have to do is get down to Genting, Wolverhampton anytime. Go and have a main meal, £5 or more. You'll get entered into the draw, which happens at the end of March, and it's a cracker. It's a cracker. It's the way I tell them. It's a cracker. Now listen, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you want to know my score prediction?
Yeah, I know what your score is going to be.
What's it going to be?
I know what it's going to be. It's usually anyway.
Go on, Dad. What do you think it's going to be?
2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2-1. I am going to go with 2-1. I'll just listen. I want 2-0, whatever.
Yeah,
we probably can.
Let's hope that can.
We're going to get a couple.
Let's hope that can win.
Now, listen. If you are watching Mr. Vitor Pereira, or Jeff, look, I know about the league and stuff and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But winning something would be magical.
Well,
he's at like nearly 88. He ain't getting any younger. He wants to go to an FA Cup final so he can sing Abide with me.
Maybe I'll never be a singer.
Dad, you were really in the searches.
Well, that was a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. Listen, I really want to. More than anything, with a cherry on the top. Do you see what I did there? Want to go to an FA Cup final with this guy. So if we can get through to the quarter final and get a home draw, get to the semi final, get to the final, win the cup. Why not? And then we get Europe, and then players may stay as well. We get Europe.
Together, they can't put a show on like they did last week. So.
No, Dad.
He's probably short on that point then.
So you'll be, of course, rooting them on. I will be down there with the producer and some of the other members of the Always Wolves team, cheering the thing off and be like a really early start again. We'll probably set off at 8 a.m., get in like last time, 10:30 at night. We will be doing a reaction straight after the game and all the usual stuff. We will have extra time. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Don't miss anything here on the channel. Final words from Mr. Magic Moss and the weirdest elephant that you've ever seen. Hold on, Daddy's running away. Look. Final words.
He's got to go after Derek.
Find him, Derek. Pick him up from the hospital. Final words.
Everybody look after yourselves and everybody else. And don't forget to subscribe, because even now he gets on to me.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
All of it are fun.
Right, love you, Dad.
Love you, David. Look after yourself and everybody else.
From all of us to all of you.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Always Wolves.
Yeah.
Come on, the Wolves.